Okay, so hi there. The latest from east of Congo. The video you're seeing here was taken in the village or the township of Kirotshe or Kirotshe or Kirotshe. And Kirotshe is a village or a township between the village of Shasha, and on the north there's the village of Kihindo, right? So it's in between, located south of the province of North Kivu, so the very far south. So as you can see from the video, the video was taken yesterday in the village of Kirotshe or Kirotshe. And the reason why I'm making this video is because the M23 are committing more like a suicide mission to try to capture the road called the N2 that connects the two cities of Goma and the city of Bukavu. So Bukavu is a very important city in the Kivu region. It's probably the largest, the very largest and most beautiful city on the shores of Lake Kivu, located on the south end of the Lake Kivu. So as you can see from this map of Google Earth, I'm going to try to take us to Bukavu, right? So this Bukavu is a huge city, huge city, right? It's a huge city. So, and Bukavu is the city that basically supplies goods to the other city of Goma that has been at war because of Rwanda and Uganda. Goods coming from Kenya and coming from Mombasa port have been hampered or cut off by the capture of the border town of Sake. Sorry, I meant Bunagana, the border town of Bunagana, by these M23 rebels supported by Uganda. We know that. We've seen this many times. I don't like repeating it because if you've been following my videos, you know that already. We have had evidence. The UN agrees with us. The UN group of experts from the UN Security Council also agrees with our position. So it is not something that we've made up. It is a fact on the ground. Some of the images I'm showing you are from Bukavu. Bukavu is beautiful like that. So now, because of the closure or the slow down of goods coming from Kenya and the import, Goma has been getting their goods from Tanzanian side through Burundi and then all the way to Bukavu, as you can see. So goods come to Bukavu. Some of them even come from Rwanda. Can you imagine the irony? So they come from Rwanda, then they get to Bukavu, and then from Bukavu they go up through this road called N3. And the N3 splits and keeps going west. Then the N2 picks up from there. And then N2 comes to the city of Sake. As you can see, the city of Sake is up there. And then stands, southeast to the city of Goma. That's how most of the products are coming to the city of Goma after they stopped coming from the Ugandan side. Now, the M23, after suffering huge numbers of casualties in the past 1 week, including losing their top commanders, they've gotten reinforcement from Uganda and Rwanda, we know that, and tried to make one move to try to force weaken the Congolese army by coming to capture Shasha. Now, Shasha is located in the Bahunde chieftain region, the Bahunde people. Bahunde is a community, is one of the Bantu communities closely related to the Hutus of this region in terms of culture and even a lot of things. But the M23 have been also killing the Hunde people, and some of the Wazarendo guys are actually our Hunde, right? So the last year I showed you that video where they had come here and tried to shoot innocent bypassers, people passing by. And now they've come back again and they've taken Kirotshe, which is between now Shasha and, as I said, Kihindo, right? So they are trying to cut off this road, and we know this because the person who joined M23, who I call Joseph Kabila person, Nange, right, was on social media celebrating this win, saying, "Oh yeah, we've captured Kirotshe, and now we are going to stop the flow of goods to Goma." And this guy is a Congolese national, celebrating the fact that the people in Goma are going to, stop getting food and supply because of what his Rwandan-backed army is doing here. Actually, they are not army; they are just terrorists. So that is the latest story. They have tried to capture this road to stop the flow of goods. Now, before I finish this video, let me just take you through once again, quickly. These two ways you can get to the city of Goma, right? One way, you go through Rwanda. So you go through the border, you go to Gisenyi, you take the National Road 11, which is the NR 11 in Rwanda. It goes all the way to Bukavu. It is the longer route, takes 183 kilometers, and will take you about 6 hours. The other route, which is shorter, 150 kilometers, is the N2 road, which is from Bukavu on the Congolese side, then to Sake, then to Goma. Now, the problem with this one is that it is not tarmacked like the Rwandan side, so it will take you about 7 hours, 1 hour more to get there by truck. 7 hours on the Congolese side, 6 hours on the Rwanda side. Now, Rwanda and Congo are practically at war, so technically at war. So then the borders are somehow closed. Goods cannot go through Rwanda anymore. They have to go through Congo. And now that's why M23 is trying to cut this road, which is now the only remaining connecting road to Goma. They are doing that to try to see whether they can force the Congolese army in Goma and the South African the SADC troops in Goma to negotiate. They can't negotiate, or to slow down the advance of these troops. Now, the other thing you need to note is that by coming to Shasha, what the M23 have done is what we call to outflank the other army, because mostly the Congolese army is located around Shasha and Mushaki. This is all the way to Burungu. This is where they are operating. So what the M23 did was leave Mweso, pass through this mountain in Masisi, try to outflank the Congolese army, and then come all the way to Shasha. So by doing that, they've exposed themselves. It will be an easy job for the Congolese army to move south and cut them off and finish them, because they are far away from their resupply points, because they are resupplied from the Ugandan side, and they are far away from that. If they run out of ammunition, they are done. If they run out of medicine, they are done. So that is what is happening there. If they are injured, there's no way of getting their injured back to Rwanda as they usually do. So they've exposed themselves. It will be an easy job for the Congolese army to just move south to Shasha and Kirotshe and just take them out. And that is the reality. So in coming weeks, we are going to see the Congolese army actually coming to Shasha and removing them from there. It's going to be a very easy operation for them. But those who support M23 do not see it that way. They are celebrating on social media. I've seen them shouting, But the medicine for them is coming. It's going to come.